Hey y'all. So many Christmases ago, Mike and I were going through a really tough season. We had made some mistakes, investment mistakes, growing up mistakes, the kind that you make while you're raising your kids and your babies and learning life all at the same time. Mike's mom used to crack me up. She would always say, Audrey, you were not raised up, you were yanked up. And I was like, yeah, considering I was signing my own report cards in third grade. But the other night, Mike asked me something that I was just like, whoa, it kind of stopped me in my tracks because it brought back this memory. He said, how did we meet the so-and-so family, the one that's friends with, has a daughter Kelsey's age? And I said, well, the girls met at dance class. And immediately, I was like back in that moment. I will never forget how I felt that day. We were broke. Now, being broke wasn't really new to me. I grew up broke. Robbing Peter to pay Paul was basically like a family tradition. We got kicked out 9 times growing up, so poverty never really scared me, or what people think. Like literally to this day, like none of that really affects me. But this time it was different because now I had a family, a husband, the kids were watching us, and we had to figure it out. So we were just like, well, what are we gonna do? So I told Mike this story. I walk into Jana Brown's dance studio one day, and the payment was due for the recital and the costumes, the whole thing. It was like $500 or $600. It might as well have been like $1 million. I walk in, and all the moms are sitting around chatting, one in Gucci boots, one with a Louis bag, designer clothes everywhere, designer baby things, perfect hair, perfect style. And here I come. Wrinkled business clothes, cheap purse, tired, circles under my eyes, but I was still smiling. My mama always said, no matter what you're wearing, no matter what's going on, you walk into every room like you own it. I learned that like in the 2nd grade. And there I was, doing it. I sat down, I talked, I laughed, I belonged. Then one by one, they got up and paid for their recital outfits. Easy, swipe, done. So I waited until everyone left. I walked up to the counter, and I said, can I pay with a check and then split it into 2 payments? Can I pay one next week? And they were very gracious and said yes, and I handed them the check reluctantly because I knew that it wasn't gonna clear. Now back then, it was easier to do that, for those of you who don't understand that. And we went home and moved heaven and earth to make sure that when that check hit in 24 hours, that it would clear. And we did it, thank God. And that same Christmas, I was literally selling furniture out of my house to buy presents. And not because my kids needed things, because they didn't. They had plenty. But because when I was growing up, sometimes there were only a few gifts under the tree. And I didn't really know better. I knew my friends had more, but I didn't care. It didn't affect me. I thought about it for maybe one day, and then I moved on. But you always want more for your kids. And looking back now, that season taught me everything about grit, humility, faith, and about how many families are quietly carrying loads that are really heavy this holiday because of what's happening in our world. That's why this season matters so much to me, because I've been the mom like smiling in the room while doing the math in her head, trying to figure out if I have enough money to get through the day. I've been the family figuring it out one check at a time, and I know what a little help can mean. So if you're watching this and you're in that season, I see you. So hit the link on our flow code and nominate yourself or someone else for Operation Jingle Bell. The Audrey O'Neill team is trusted to help you figure out where you're gonna live, what mortgage you're gonna do, and help you figure out your life. And so trust us through this time so that you can survive and get through these tough times. Merry Christmas.